What's good, everybody? It is September 19th, 2024, and this is The Black Show. What's good, y'all? Took a little trip, but I still made it back in time in the morning to shoot the podcast. I did wake up kind of early, but also I want to say shout out to everybody that that reached out or like that episode. I appreciate it, man. And I'll say this, like I'm good, y'all. Like the life I live is really good comparatively to like at any point in my life. So I'm it's zero complaints right there. I think that was more for me to just get that off my chest about my pops and just kind of show that appreciation to him. And I think a couple people that listened to that knew my pops probably they my healing is a healing too. So, and I do miss my pops, and it was his birthday, so that's kind of expected. But I kind of want to get the more personal topics. I kind of addressed everything I had to address now. Now I'm kind of just good. I do have at midnight a single "Jaded" by Kenny Cams dropping. Um, it's gonna be fire, y'all. Just check it out. Check it out. Check it out. Yeah, check it out. It's a shorter song than I like, but that's not gonna be the last version of that song y'all gonna hear. I'll just put it that way. I'm just waiting on some emails back and whatnot. So let's talk about the main topic. Let's talk about today is Sean P Diddy Puff Daddy Diddy Love accused of leading a criminal enterprise. So I got the indictment right here. So this is funny. So I go back to all of the stuff that I was going on Facebook, and it's funny because Facebook actually what's it called fact checked or like censor checked one of my posts about it because when so I didn't think none of the Diddy shit was gonna really go until that plane went to that island. Because this is a thing that most and other thing I wanted to touch in that video that I missed. I apologize if it ever seems as if I'm talking down to any of my people. That is not my intention at all. Not at all. I just learned working with people. Sometimes you got to talk shit to them to get them to like kind of engage with what you're saying, and then it'll sink in. So I don't think I'm smarter than nobody. I don't think I'm more intelligent than nobody. I'm just a nerd that like I know a lot about niche topics. If you ask me about something about geometry or something about I don't know. Do I think I could figure it out? Yeah, that's more my ego. That kind of that's how my brain works in that. But I don't never take that as me talking down to my people. Never, never, because I'm a Negro through and through myself at times. I could play the academic mask, but it falls. It falls, and they even in the academics they catch it. So never take it as that. But so Diddy's charges are racketeering, conspiracy, including sex crime or sex trafficking, forced labor, kidnapping, arson, bribery, and obstruction of justice. Ooh wee. Who did Diddy piss off, bro? This could be two things, right? So I was thinking about this last night when I was thinking about this episode. It could be two different things. The industry could be falling apart and a lot of the secrets could be coming out, which could be completely true. And I say that because like I saw Atlantic drop 40 artists and a lot of their execs. I'm seeing a lot of the execs get fired in the industry, and the industry looks like it's going through something. I know a lot of people from the outside looking in can't really see it, but like I'm looking from behind the gate and like looking over the fence, and I'm like, it looked chaotic over there, man. So I'm probably gonna stay on this side of the gate. You know what I mean? So that's why I be so clued in on it because it's my business, and knowing what they doing helps me know what I'm doing. So, but looking at that, I'm like, dog, it looked like, it started with them NFTs. I'm like, dog, that NFT shit don't make no sense because why would you? That was an obvious scam. NFTs were an obvious scam the entire time. And I'm like, why are they doing that? Then I'm like, oh, shoot, during COVID, they couldn't tour for 2 years. like 2 full years pretty much. And then even when they got back to touring, it was like a slow bump up. So you think of how much revenue that is? Think about like Live Nation or like one of these big places that have shows going. They got multiple major artists going daily. How much money they bringing in from that? And I'm like, they lost all of that. So the NFT thing, I think, was to get the money back. But I also say, and I think this is the biggest part that we like us normal people that was raised normal wasn't they set a lot of these Hollywood people and these stars as if they had normal childhoods, but it's starting to this generation of those people are starting to like talk too much because they were not that smart. Like Loa not whatever the track guy, Noah Lyles, like he was raised in a cult. A lot of these people was raised in cults. A lot of them were. A lot of them are currently still in cults. Like the thing is, I'm like, why do people like cults have been a thing forever? Fraternities are cults. Sports fan bases are cults. I'm in the Packer cult, 100%. I'm even bought into the Packer cult. Like, so like, but they're in a religious cult. That's what it is. But and so like the Mormon, that's a cult. Like all of these are cult. That's what it is by definition. So YouTube, don't get all sketchy with me. I'm not talking about nothing crazy. So their morality level in Hollywood is extremely different, y'all. It's a reason why all of these like really good artists that'll have one or two songs get in and run away. It's a reason, and like it's been on the surface. People have been talking about Diddy since like the early 2000s, bro. Like that's the thing. It's weird with my people where they give. No, it's not weird. I know it exactly what it is. We give people with money the benefit of the doubt in hopes that they'll give us some money someday, and it won't come back to haunt us. Like that's why sometimes on my social media I make statements about like Drake and them now, so everybody knows where I stand. Like I talk about all that shit right now. It's purposeful. People think I just like no, it's purposeful. I mention names on purpose. So when everything go and they look back at my face, but they be like, oh, he wasn't fucking with dog back then. Cause y'all about to see what's about to happen with this industry. If you look back, and I think it might be on dopamine, but it's a line that say, I didn't need no Diddy. I ain't need no J. OG from the ATK. We don't play. That's how like the line finish out. But Jay next, I think. So allegedly, Combs abused, coerced, and manipulated women and others. That's weird how they put others in there. So men, just say men. Or is it women? If it's others, what's besides women? They covering up in his what you call it? Because if it's women and others, it's women and kids and men. To fulfill his sexual desires and protect his reputation, use Bad Boy Comb Enterprises and Combs Global and his employees to facilitate crimes, engage in physical and emotional and verbal sexual abuse, including violent assaults on women, often in front of other witnesses. That's why I feel so terrible for Cassie, man. And Cassie is beautiful. Cassie was like my crush growing up. It's me and you. I was like, yeah, that's the one I want. Control victims through manipulation, financial dependency, intimidation, and drug distribution. So essentially, this is something that's rampant in our society now. People that have this disorder. Diddy is he's a psychopath, yes, but he's also a narcissist and a psychopath. Allegedly, or I am non medically diagnosing it just for fun and giggles and shits. So but again, this is why I am so adamant on never telling every young artist I work with to never get a deal until you have leverage. When you have leverage, there's nothing wrong with the music industry. But that's in anything in life. That's not just the music. That's why people get mad at the music industry. I'm like, it's not them. So when I talk about the industry, I'm talking about specific people because I know who these people are because these people are essentially my competition. So I'm aiming at specific people with my words, not the industry. Because the industry is what the industry is. Is it, do you want to be a part of it or not? You gotta come in with leverage though. And when you don't come in with leverage, especially female artists, especially like now look at that making the band and all that shit way differently. Fred don't look so crazy now, do we? Dylon don't look so crazy now, do we? Like none of these people that and during these times, everybody would push these people away and associate them as crazy. Remember Diddy's vote or die campaign with the Clintons and with Oprah Winfrey, and Diddy was trying to be the moral high ground of telling us to do stuff while he was robbing, raping, and stealing behind the scenes and killing behind the scenes, allegedly. That's why I say, black people, we gotta understand these people are not working in our best interest. That is why the white people are paying them. Not everybody. Look at how they. So that looking at people that do have wealth and material wealth, it's something to that. So I don't want to never disregard that completely. But the thing that we have to start doing is to looking into how people made their money. How did you make your money? Not how the media said you made your money. We need to start asking these celebrities, like, why is it they made it taboo to talk about money? Why? It's like the number one driver of everything. It's like the thing where like people that work together can't talk about their salaries at work. No, that's illegal. Yes, you can. If a boss does that, both of y'all finna get a lawsuit that's about to get paid or a stupid raise to shut up. Like you people, so let's talk about this money stuff. Like why is everybody so secret on it? And I know why. It's because people ain't really got it like they say they got it. Any producers and engineers in this industry knows, bro. Like these niggas do not got it like they talk it like they got it, bro. They dress up nice and stuff, but they at home struggling, bro. Like artists get paid through their labels, through like clothes and shoes and shit. Like, what, bro? I could buy my own clothes and shoes. Give me my money. That's again why when it come down to time, you're like, why don't these rappers have no land or have no uh buying no properties? And they can't because they don't have any fluid cat. You think the people that's manipulating them gonna like even get them a little bit of freedom? That's why they get them so young and ignorant so that they can't, so that they can manipulate them. And they know that's why they get people. Most of the dudes in the industry, most people in the industry, is come from single parent, single mama homes. Why? Because they easier. It's the same game they play for every single entertainment. It's the same thing for sports. You see that in basketball and football, how coaches talk about single parent home sons, and then when sons with a father. It's the same thing over and over and over in schools. Not even sports related. In schools, how kid. That's why I be like, black people, how are we missing the problem here? How are we missing this? It always comes back to the same thing, the destruction of the black family, right? We are clearly in the role of the people that do cool shit on this planet, black Americans, factual. To the point where in movies like Get Out and all these, that British actors to get paid got to come over, learn our accent and our swag to get in the movies. Like, we clearly set the culture. That's why I talk about like Milwaukee right now. Milwaukee is starting to set the culture. We're not there yet, so I don't want to get the ego too high, but like Milwaukee got, it's gonna be an old word. This might not come up, but Milwaukee got hella swag, dog. Like, and it's a whole bunch of different ones. Milwaukee's like a baby Harlem, where like you got fashion cats, you got athletes, like we got everything here, every demographic of coolness we have here. So, and that's what black culture basically is. And it's the same thing to control the successful ones, make everyone else not successful, so they're afraid to go back. Make up beef so that they can't go back and can't settle areas, can't settle situations. It's all control for manipulation, y'all. All of it. That's why I be so guarded with my business, because they'll even do stuff for like pay people locally to fuck with you, They'll do shit like that. They'll pay a artist money. The Nipsey situation. Y'all think that just happened that way? I believe in that Nipsey situation, someone paid Eric Holder to get in a confrontation with Nipsey to see how Nipsey react. And then they told Eric Holder, like, you either got to kill Nipsey. Like, y'all think that was just coincidence? I don't think Nipsey called him a snitch. I think he called him a fed. Going into that Nipsey, rest in peace, Nipsey Hussle, man. If I could do a tenth of what Nipsey did for my city for what he did for his dog, it'd be a life well lived. They did him so dirty, dog. They did Buddy so dirty. Look into that. Start looking into that, man. Some phone calls that happened beforehand, and like some people that called him that thought after that heard he got like think really look into that, man. I won't really get into the freak offs because it's YouTube. Criminal enterprise. I'm trying to tell people these labels is just gangs. Why y'all think I got so like chippy and like the gangster side of me had to come out? Because I'm dealing with gang. I realized I'm dealing with gangsters. I ain't dealing with businessmen. I'm dealing with gangsters in music. Like, oh, okay, that's how you got to move. Like, you can't look for a problem, but you got to be able to solve them if they come. That's how this game works, man. So, and then use of violence, of course. The arson is funny because I think that's Kid Cudi's car. That would be hilarious. It's not hilarious for Kid Cudi, but like that's I think the arson is Kid Cudi's car, or Diddy was out here just burning down buildings. You never know, man. And just overall, it's they're engaged in phone calls recorded to manipulate the narrative so yeah, Diddy's everything we thought he was. I told y'all a year ago. It's not ego. All this information's out there. Y'all got to start believing what people tell you. Jaguar Wright taught this whole thing. She's not crazy. Gene Deal, his bodyguard, said all this shit a year ago. They're not crazy. They were there. That's how I know Jay-Z is next. Because Jay-Z has been quiet. It's the Black Show, y'all. I'm out. Like, comment, and subscribe for me. We almost at 1,000. Peace.